Gambling Goose Cast. It's the Gambling Goose Cast. It's the Gambling Goose Cast. It's the Gambling Goose Cast. If you're a sports fan and wanna bet, this is the right place. Just write your picks on the internet, and I'll put them all together in one parlay. Put it in the books, yeah.
Episode 19 of the Gambling Goose Cast. I am super unprepared today and have way too much Benadryl in me. Very tired. But the show's got to go on. I don't have the statistics from last week. All I know is that we lost. Newsflash, we lost. Weird, right? We're down a lot of money. Single bets were down. Overall, we're killing it. Yeah, who gives a fuck? We got 5 picks this week. 4 of them are mine. Because no Collins. I get it. NFL season is wrapping up. No one else likes to bet anything else like NBA. What sucks is the lines come out the same night. It's kind of hard to do a one show a week podcast if you got to do them for that night, especially when you have like 12 listeners. But the show must go on, like I said, so I'm going to be betting on MMA, boxing, and Rodney calls in with a pick, which, like I said, he's the only caller, which I don't mind because he's the only one of you fuckers that is winning. But what do you do? So, like I said, last week's picks, big old dud. It's a misfire. We lost again. Because parlays are for suckers, and I am the definition of a sucker. So let's just erase that memory, start brand new, and get the picks for this week. Let's hear what Rodney has to say.
Hey, Goosecast listeners, it's Rodney. This week we're going to be taking the Rams, plus 3.5. Everyone's kind of been on New Orleans nuts, since they beat the Rams and had that little 3-game stretch where they threw up 40 points, or 40 points a game. But since then, you look at, they finished the season strong, sure, but look who they played. It wasn't, they played Carolina twice, Tampa, Atlanta. No real serious competition for them. And despite how phenomenal everyone thinks the Saints offense is, we're quick to forget the Rams averaged more yards per game and more points per game, and we're actually more consistent than the Saints this year. And I think, they've kind of been resting Gurley up, have him nice and healthy for this game. The Saints defense, once again, it looked strong at the end of the season, but same thing. They didn't, the offense, they didn't play any real top offense. I mean, you can say Tampa, but, Tampa just torched good defenses, and anytime they, torched bad defenses, and anytime they played a good defense, you've seen them struggle and they'd throw 3-4 picks every game. So Tampa's just one of those outliers that, kind of, fall behind and pass a shit ton like they did. But overall, I think Saints defense is still a mediocre defense like it was in the middle of the year when everyone thought. I think the Rams coming in, their defense is starting to get healthy. They didn't have Talib the first time they played New Orleans. I think that's going to definitely help things a lot. He'll probably be covering Thomas a lot more. I just think the Rams pull this one out, especially with how consistent their offense is. They haven't had any games where they fell real flat outside of Chicago, where New Orleans had a couple games where the offense just doesn't look right. So take the Rams, plus 3.5, put it in the books.
There you have it. Solid pick by Rodney. I have to agree, even though I hate Todd Gurley. and apparently the curse is not working on him. My prediction, Aaron Donald will Joe Theismann the shit out of Drew Brees' leg. And Drew Brees has a disgusting birthmark on his face. So, put it in the books. Rams plus 3.5. Now, let's get to my picks. Like I said, I got 4 picks this week, and I'm very unprepared. So, let's go to my screenshot here to see what I picked. Photos. All right. My first pick is from the boxing that is on Saturday. It's Manny Pacquiao versus Adrian About Billions Broner. And I'm picking Pacquiao at minus 325 because I cannot stand Adrian Broner. And, oh, there's my dog making some noise. He's just a cock. He's so annoying. And I just hope he loses. But I've watched some of his fights recently, and it seems like he just decides to fight like 5 rounds of fight, and that's it. So as long as Pacquiao can keep up the pace and not let Adrian Broner bully him, he should win. So put it in the books. Manny Pacquiao, minus 325. My next bet is from the UFC on Saturday. The headline fight is TJ Dillashaw versus Henry Cejudo, but we're not betting on that yet. The first bet I'm going to make is Dennis Bermudez versus Tay Edwards. Now, I don't know who Tay Edwards is, and Dennis Bermudez has been on a losing streak. But I still think he's a solid fighter, and he could be a contender. He's got solid wrestling and striking. It's just he's been on the wrong side of some split decisions. And, God, now my dog's drinking water. Ugh. You just can't win sometimes. Anyway, we're going to pick Bermudez. He is the slight underdog here at plus 110. Put in the books, Dennis Bermudez, plus 110. Now to the main event, TJ Dillashaw versus Henry Cejudo. So TJ is moving down a weight class for this fight. He is the current champion at bantamweight. That's 135 pounds. And he's moving down to 125 pounds to fight Henry Cejudo for the flyweight belt. Henry Cejudo is a gold medalist, and that translates to MMA, but MMA wrestling is definitely different, and I think Dillashaw has the better MMA wrestling, and he's bigger. And he has way better striking than Henry Cejudo. So I think Dillashaw is going to become the double champ. At minus 230, put in the books, TJ Dillashaw, minus 230. And my fourth and final bet is the NFL on Sunday. The Chiefs versus the Patriots. At Kansas City, the Chiefs are favored by 3, and I'm taking them. It's the new school's time to win. Fuck Tom Brady. Patrick Mahomes, the easy MVP this year, is going to light the Patriots up. Mark my words, minimum 4 touchdowns, probably going to have 6. He does what he wants with them. He doesn't give a fuck about the legacy of the Patriots. He was born in 1995. Do you think he cares? All he wants to do is throw no-luck passes and look good doing it. So put in the books, Kansas City Chiefs, minus 3. So that does it for this week's episode. And the parlay is a 5-bet parlay. We got the Rams at plus 3.5. Dennis Bermudez to win at plus 110. TJ Dillashaw to win at minus 230. Manny Pacquiao to win at minus 325. And the Kansas City Chiefs at minus 3. We bet $25 to win $312.62. Yeah, so that's my parlay for the week. I know I put 4 bets of my own. Pretty boring. But it's a winner. And I know it is. We got to win one of these. Maybe if more reliable people started calling in. Not the same goddamn bumbaclots every single week. I got to get the message out. This podcast has to grow to... It actually has to reach smarter people. Now, Rodney's been killing it lately, so I'm glad he called in. But the rest of us have not been doing well. And that includes you, Gus Sr. Talk all this shit. Oh, yeah, you won last week with Philly, but whatever. You were on a 2-week losing streak. And we can't have that. But if you don't like what I'm saying, then don't call in and give me the losers. Okay? This is my podcast. I do what I want. Sorry, I was unprepared. But you can get this podcast on Google Play, Google Podcasts, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but you can find it on Instagram. And our Instagram is Gambling Goosecast. You can also find it on Twitter at The Gambling Goose. And everyone have a good weekend. Fuck the Patriots. Fuck Adrian Broner. And fuck Todd Gurley, even though I want them to win. All right. See you later.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm kicking my ass, do you mind?